Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome to a brand new series in the channel called Trucker for Hire. You might be wondering why do we have a car here, and if you're watching Initial D, you probably recognize this car. So I'm going to explain with you what the series is all about. It's a bit different from the current series that we have of ETS2. This is still ETS2 though, even though I have a car and another truck and everything like that. But yeah, I'll explain it as we go along. This car is beautiful though. Amazing. So let's go and drive to I am in France currently. Let's go and drive to Lyon, and then let's go and pick up a job somewhere, right? Maybe there. So that's going to be 93 kilometers, 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'll explain the series as we go along. Parking brake, go. So what is the series all about? Well, it is all about, as the term implies, being a trucker for hire. So unlike the normal ETS2 gameplay, we won't be buying our own truck, we won't be owning our own company, we won't be hiring drivers and making the best logistics company out there. We're going to be basically driving other people's trucks, and we'll be enjoying driving different types of trucks and doing quick jobs. Wow, very different feel. Very different feel if you're in a car. So we'll basically be doing quick jobs, and we'll be getting a different truck each time, going to different destinations, and it's going to be pretty epic because of a certain mod called Improved Company Trucks. So normally, when you have when you're using like a normal, in the normal game, you only do quick jobs when you're out of money, right? But let's maybe stay in the middle lane because we're not a truck, we're a car, and speed limit is up to 90. Although ideally I could actually increase it to 100 plus because I'm a car, but it doesn't apply. Anyway, normally you only do quick jobs when you are when you're a bit poor, when you don't have your own truck yet, and you don't have your own GPS, right? Let's do it like this. And then once you get your own truck, you forget about quick jobs totally, right? That's usually how it goes. But this time, actually, you know what? Let me just stay here because I can't speed up anyway. But with that mod, the Improved Company Trucks adds like hundreds or thousands of quick jobs, different truck configurations, and each truck is pretty old, pretty used up, different colors, different configuration, different setups. Some of them are pretty broken up, some of them have cracked windshields, some of them have stained windshields, and etc. So it's all pretty lively, it's all pretty nice and interesting. So we have a chance to really test each truck and get a feel for them. So whenever we drive a truck, all of 0 paid. Okay, good. Whenever we drive a truck, we get the story of each one. So yeah, each truck has its own story, and even though we don't own them, we basically drive a different one every job. Like this episode we drive a DAF, this episode we drive a MAN, a Merc, a Scania, and all the different combinations. So it's pretty different, and the reason why I have this car is we're going to simulate being a trucker for hire. Like, how do you exactly get from one place to another? Well, probably we have a car, right? A normal old car, like so, which we use to get to the different places, and then when we get there, we do a quick job. Now, technically speaking, I don't really need to drive all the way here, but it's all about the role play, right? So we role play getting to that destination, and then we take a job from there. So right now, I'm going to Lyon because I saw a nice job out of Lyon, and we'll be checking that out. But to be honest, I don't think we'll make it. I don't think we'll make it to that job. We'll probably be getting a different job then, because that job that I was planning to take was expiring in a bit. So yeah, probably not gonna make it anyway. Let's minimize that. This car really does drive nice though. Really feels like Initial D. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it up. Initial space the letter D, as in Delta. It's a pretty popular anime, and this is the car of the protagonist, the main guy. And for a change, it's nice to drive five speed gearbox. Just a very familiar feeling to real life. And we're almost here. We'll go and stop by somewhere. Actually, let's go and check the job, and then we can stop there directly. So let's have a look. Quick job. And let's go and pick that one. Of course, there's only one left. Caterpillar D5. 16 tons. Going back to Clermont. Ideally, I would pick something which explores other areas. So it's a pretty the beginnings of a career. So we don't have any other explored places aside from some cities in France. And ideally, I would want to explore something new every episode. But since this is the first one, this should do. Alright, so we pick that up in Vinci. So we simulate going to Vinci. Where that is, it's here. So there. So we get there, we park up, and then we take the quick job. Which, yeah, as I said, don't really need to do, because when you do quick jobs, you basically teleport. But you know, to add to the realism of the place, you know. And this entire series was brought about by the idea from Sheng. So Sheng first brought this idea up during one of my streams. He mentioned, what if you do a quick job and do this and this and this? And I was like, quick jobs are for poor people. Like, you don't really need quick jobs. I mean, you once you have your own truck, you don't really need quick jobs. But then he introduced me to the mod, and it was pretty nice. It was pretty cool because you get to have a different what do you call this? A different truck each time, and it's like a roulette, you know. It's like a lottery. What truck will I get? Will I get a poor one? Will I get a pretty beat up truck, or will it be something pretty cool? So let's go and park here maybe. Turn off the engine, and we are ready to take on the job. Let's do it. So this is basically how the series will go. Each episode we go to a different place. Not really needed to be every day in France, but as we go along, we get to certain places, and as we explore the map, we get more options. Yeah, and then I drive there, and then I take the job like so. So hopefully this truck is good, but we'll see. So each of these trucks, there we go. This guy has a cracked windshield. That's not a paint job. That's not a decal. I don't think so. And each truck has its own GPS now. And if you remember in the quick jobs, not every truck has its own GPS. The Alexia, I think, is the mod author of that, Improved Company Trucks. He added a GPS at the top, like the windshield or something. So every truck has its own GPS at the very least, even though it's pretty damaged. Some of them have Michelin tires, like what you see here. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, looks pretty nice, this truck. But it's pretty battered, and I would assume it's damaged. There you go, 13%. Some of them even are at 19% or stuff like that. Each truck also has its own gearbox, so we'll have to get used to that first and foremost. This one is using I don't know how many. 11 speed gearbox. Yep, pretty much. Alright, more or less I know how it goes. Windshield, okay, I think. Do we need any adjustments? No, I think we're good. Actually, if you look at the truck again, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, so we're kind of lucky in that sense. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, let's do this. How heavy are you again? 16 tons, alright. And the journey is 194 kilometers. Nothing really big, but a good way to start off the series. So yeah, I got pretty excited actually. I wasn't planning to make a series out of it yet. I was planning to test it a bit. But then as the days went along, I got more and more excited and I couldn't wait anymore. So the only missing piece was to find a car that could be very good for starting off. And I found that Trueno, that AE86. Oh rip. Almost got hit by that bus. Yeah, that car that we just drove in. That was basically a very old Toyota car. And the only reason that why it looks cool is because it's coming from the anime series Initial D. But it's a really old one, I think. I don't know, 1980s? Maybe that's why 86. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's a pretty old car. As you can see, it was box type and everything. It even had those flipping headlights. You know, when you turn on the headlights, it opens up. Like ice that opening up. Something like that. So that time of that generation. So it's pretty old. And the concept behind why I chose that car is because I want us to have a purpose. I want us to have a mission. Like, if we don't plan on owning a truck, if we're not planning on buying garages, and if we're not planning on hiring drivers, then what would be the sense of money, right? And so I thought maybe we look at it in real life. Why do truckers need money anyway? Well, they need money for expenses. They need money for bills. They need money to buy what things they want. And in this game, if you think about what you could want, aside from food, drinks, and everything, which you can't really buy in this game, well, you can buy a very nice car. So that's the goal. That's the main goal in this series. The goal is to save up enough money to buy a pretty cool car. Like, I don't know what cool cars, how you can consider a cool car. A pretty high-end Audi, a pretty high-end, I'm not really particular with the brand. If it's Merc, if it's BMW, if it's Audi, if it's even Mitsubishi is okay with me. So we can go and collect cars instead of trucks, and that will be our little fun stuff. And then we can do free roam every now and then. Yeah, free roaming with cars every now and then, even if it's ETS2. But aside from that, we take these jobs and we enjoy it along the way. I think it's a pretty interesting concept. I really like the concept and how random it is and how free we are. This would also give us a better chance of exploring new areas because we get to quote-unquote teleport. Like in the current ETS2 series, we basically have to pick jobs. We basically pick jobs from where we are currently. Like for example, if we're in France, then usually we just get jobs from France. But in this series, we can make it work. Like, alright, for example, today we're in France. And then I saw in the quick jobs that there's an awesome job with a trailer in Poland. Then I could just say, alright, for next episode I'll go to Poland, I'll meet you there. And then I can start off maybe on the highway, on the motorway, on the way to that city in Poland, maybe in Warsaw. And then we could start from there. So it's basically teleporting, right? But you don't see it. So we just cut off to the nice parts. So from France we go to Poland in one episode. It's a bit more free and it makes sense. So it's not really, it fits with the theme more or less. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we need a photo here. What time is it anyway? It's 4:47, right? Need a photo, but we'll see. Also, in terms of mods, I have most of the things as in my other series. So ProMods, RusMap, Southern Region is here. Yeah, those three main map mods, and most of the other mods are here as well, except for the trucks, because we don't really have a use for them. We're not planning to buy a truck. We don't need truck accessories. We don't need truck mods. But AI vehicles, trailers, all those stuff are still here, right? So yeah, that's how it will go. So at the end of the episode, what we can probably do is we can go and choose. We can go and pick out stuff that we want. Like I can take a look at the job, the quick job market, and then we can see If you guys like something, you let me know in the comments, and then we try that in the next episode. So you have a bit of freedom as well with regard to picking the next truck and trailer and destination. Yeah, so if you guys want, if you saw a very nice, wait a minute, I'm losing my gears. I forgot the gearbox. There we go. So if you guys, for example, see a job that's I don't know, going to Switzerland, and you want to go there, then that's perfect. If you want to, for example, if you see a Merc and you're a super Merc fan, you let me know in the comments, and maybe later on I'll add some polls in so it's easier to pick the winner. But in the meantime, just comment it out, like pick a Merc truck, pick a DAF, go to this place, go to that place, and then I'll decide from there, so you guys have a voice as well. And in case I forget to make you pick where to go, just comment it out anyway, that drive a DAF next, or drive a Scania next, drive a Renault next, so we have more freedom, because usually owning a truck is great because you can configure it perfectly, but sometimes you want to change up trucks, and we don't have the freedom to do that every episode, right, in the other series, because we're basically stuck with a truck for a couple of episodes to make it worth our money. So in this way, we have more freedom, much more freedom. And hopefully you can still hear me, because it seems like the engine is pretty noisy. Don't pull out, don't pull out, don't pull out. Thank you. Actually, you know what? Let me have a look at that, because it does seem pretty noisy to me. S interior volume is 2. Let's maybe make it 1.5. And let's take a photo on the way. Why not? Thumbnails are still important, especially with the different trucks we have each time. Each thumbnail would look totally different. Yeah, that could work. Let's go and highlight the windshield. Yeah, that actually works. Blur, yes, let's go with the blur. It's a bit shiny, isn't it? Let's go narrow field of view. Focus on the truck. Oh, beautiful. Yep. Episode 1. Trucker for hire. Cracked windshield. Why not? And also, I would expect that we have in the, what do you call that? Is it an odometer, or the one which counts the mileage? I would expect that we have something there as well. Let me turn on the lights here. Oh, it even has blue lights. Yeah, so that's how varied the configuration can be. So this truck in particular has 92,974 kilometers, which is exactly what you should expect when you're driving trucks from other people, from other companies, right? It's not brand new at all. Wow, that's too shiny. Let's turn that off in the meantime. Maybe just park lights. But yeah, that's how it goes. So hopefully you guys are also into the idea. But don't worry, the current series, actually that series needs a name, but the main ETS2 series is still ongoing. So don't worry about that, it will still continue, okay? No worries there. Will it fit if I turn this on? Let's turn it on at 6 p.m. in 4 minutes, okay? Yeah, let's do that. And I am speeding a bit. No, not really. 87 kilometers per hour. So yeah, in some windshields I've seen that you have like a dusty windshield, and if you have OCD, it's like you want to clean it off but you can't, because like the dust has settled into the glass and no amount of wipers can clean it off. But that's part of the job, right? You get a truck, you get assigned a truck, and you basically have to work with it. You have to live with it. Whatever the quirks are, however hard it is to shift, if the engine dies from time and again, you have to live with it and have to deliver the job, the trailer. So that's part of the excitement in it and the challenge. And yeah, the paint jobs are going to vary. Some colors we don't like, some colors we get lucky with. Full. Let me see, where's the auto toll? Yeah, this is what I really missed in France. These auto toll gates where you basically can just zoom past them. Like so. And the good thing about not owning our own truck is you don't really pay for damages. If we damage this truck, the only thing we'll pay is probably the penalty with the violation in terms of police violations of crashing into a vehicle or something. But with regard to fixing the truck, that is owned by the company. We don't spend a dime on that. If we need to refuel, that is owned by the company. If we go through a toll gate, that is owned by the company. So we don't really pay for anything else except for violations. And so as long as we minimize the violations, we should be able to earn money. Now this improved company trucks mod changes quite a number of things. It changes the economy, it changes the XP. So I think it makes it harder to earn money. I'm not sure why you would want that, but I think that's the current setup. Now there is an option to disable those at some point. Like there's an option to basically how do you say, like there are several modules inside the mod, and if you open up the file of the mod itself, if you're an advanced user, you can actually change it up and make it so that you can, oh yeah, engine malfunction. Like as I was saying, the engine just suddenly dies and the steering wheel just breaks on you. Rip. Alright, let's get slowly. Let's turn on the headlights. The blue headlights. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh, it's gonna let me go. Insane AI. Fine. What was I saying? Of course I forgot. You know me by now. You've been watching the series, then you probably know me by now. I always forget the topics I'm in. Okay, but we're almost there, I think. So for our first job, looks like so far so good. So far so good. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. But actually, I've never tried it. I never tried taking a quick job when you own a car or when you own a truck. So I'm not sure after this job where we'll be headed. Maybe we spawn right where we left, like in Lyon. But maybe, hopefully, we spawn here instead. I doubt it though, I doubt it. In Clermont, I have my doubts, but we'll see. We are crossing. Okay, we're in the city, but this is the actual drop-off point is a bit farther off. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. So yeah, this. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the mod itself, the improved company trucks. By default, it changes the economy, it changes the XP, it changes the traffic violation amounts, I think, and it changes the traffic. So what I did is I kept all of those except the traffic. I removed the traffic mod because I think in terms of the description it says that the mod increases the traffic. But then again, if you remember, I do have SIP's improved or more realistic traffic or increased traffic mod, whatever the name is, but it's by SIP. You can check the mods list below in the video description for the entire list of mods I have enabled. So I do have that already, and that's a traffic mod. So I was thinking maybe I don't need the mod part in this mod pack, more or less. Not really mod pack, in this mod. So I removed that part, and you can remove it by entering the SES file. It's just like a normal zip file, and then just look at the folders there and look for the traffic.sii something. So I simply deleted that, and I think it worked. I do see a lot of vehicles. I don't see any errors, so maybe it worked. By the way, I also have a foggy weather mod. Yeah. And did I credit Sheng properly? I know I started the story, but I can't remember if I finished it. Anyway, this entire idea is from Sheng, from Mocha Rosario, in Discord and in Twitch, but Sheng in YouTube. So he's the one who gave me ideas on what this story could be like, on what the new series could be like, and I was super hyped with the concept. Thanks a lot, Sheng. Thanks a lot for all the inputs, and hopefully many more to come. We even came up with the same idea of driving, of getting your own car and driving it to the destination to roleplay it, or driving it to the pickup point to roleplay it. It's really cool. I guess we go in here. Yeah, looks like it. Rip sign. Not really. Made it. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is... I remember this drop-off point. This is one of my hatest because there's a hill there, like a small hill there, which just makes your truck stuck for some reason. Yeah, in that point. So let me maybe hug this right side because the left side is where the hill is. And I do have the mod, the foggy weather mod. So beautiful skies you probably noticed a while ago. And I have the immersive mod or something it's called. So you can see traffic cones there instead of the usual floating things. Actually, you probably don't see any floating things at all because it replaces them. It replaces the pickup points for us into sewer plates, changes them into sewer plates, and it also changes the fuel spots to sewer plates, I think. Yeah, and it also removes the boundary, basically. The boundary, so you don't see those flying arrows. Now let's see if I can park this in one go. Maybe not, but who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. Try that. There you go. A bit unorthodox, but gets the job done. Trailer is perfectly aligned, the truck not so much. Anyway, that's it. Good Scania truck, pretty trusty, even though it kind of gave out on me at one point. And with that, we earn, excellent, no damage, we earn only 889 euros. But the XP, you can look at it. Bonus for parking the trailer is 100. Like normally it's only 40, I think, right? But yeah, so the XP I think is a bit boosted. There you go. So I'm not sure what happens if I drive this. Will it teleport me back to Lyon? Probably, huh? So maybe we can assume like it's a back and forward job, like going to Clermont and then going back to Lyon. You can just imagine that. And I just noticed that we have a rear view mirror here. Not really used to having a rear view mirror. Does that reflect? Does that update? Oh, it does. Interesting. Pretty cool. Yeah, this car is very nice. Even if it's old, it's trusty. But yeah, the main mission, the main goal for this series is to buy a very luxurious car that's very nice to drive. But in the meantime, we enjoy our 8.6, our Hachiroku. That's why you see Japanese characters there, because this is Takumi. Takumi, I think, is the name of the character. Takumi's Hachiroku. Anyway, so yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. And hopefully you like the idea of the series. Some people might not, but do let me know regardless in the comments what you think about it. If no one likes the series, then we stop. We just continue with the original one. But if you do like it, then hopefully you do, let me know in the comments. And yeah, for sure, more episodes to come. I'm excited. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you did enjoy the episode, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. In the meantime, this is the Clumsy Geek signing off. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. What motto should we have? What tagline should we have? Could it still be Clumsy Trucking? Wow, sorry. Headphone strip. That's the horn, by the way. Clumsy Trucking, everyone. And bye-bye. See you in the next one.